Well, hey, we're in my house and I wanted to show you something, okay, real quick. Take a look at this. Y'all see that? You see that? See that? Okay. Guess what's there? Nothing. Nothing is there. But what's supposed to be there is my refrigerator. That was supposed to have come last Friday. Okay? Now, supposedly, and I'm not going one way or the other, but supposedly the delivery people came and knocked on my front door, which we don't use, and nobody answered, which I was home. And so they left. Now, they didn't leave a note saying that they had come by and no one was home, so they're going to make other arrangements. Nothing. They just left. Okay? Now, we were very upset. Very, very upset. And we called them, the people that was supposed to deliver my refrigerator. We called them. And they said, well, they only deliver on Friday and Saturday. And we were like, well, it's Friday, so can we get it tomorrow? And they were like, oh, no, we can't get it tomorrow because it didn't make it back to the warehouse before 4 o'clock. Okay. So the next time we can get it is, now this was last Friday. Next Friday, which is this Friday. You know, I'm keeping up with all this, okay? And so I was like, okay. And my husband was like, oh, he was very, very, very upset. Okay. So supposed to get my refrigerator this coming Friday, which would be, today's the 11th. Okay, Wednesday is the 12th, Thursday's the 13th, would be the 14th. Now, I want to ask you guys something. We had expectation, a lot of expectation in that refrigerator coming, okay? And I was looking forward to sorting everything out and putting it in its place. And well, you know how it is when you're getting a new appliance. I mean, you know, it's kind of fun. I mean, we're old people, okay? So yes, appliances are fun. They're kind of like kids and Legos, or what were they call them back, Connects or whatever they were back then. But yeah, we were, you know, and looking forward to it. Doing a little bit of grocery shopping and putting some stuff in our new refrigerator. Don't y'all look at my hair. Don't worry with my hair. Okay, it does what it wants. I have good hair, but it does what it wants. Well, anyway, we were very disappointed. We were expecting, and then we got disappointed. So how do you handle it when your expectations meet with disappointment? That's a hard one, isn't it? Because we expect something. I expected my refrigerator. And then I was disappointed because it didn't come when it was said to come, when we expected it to come. Okay. But it goes a little bit further than that because, you know, we all expect things. We expect things to happen, right? I expect when I turn my light switch on that it's going to come on. I expect when I turn my coffee maker on, it's going to come on. You know, I have my canner going right now with some leftovers, and I expect that at some point it's going to whistle, and I'm going to start my timer for 10 minutes. But what happens if those things don't happen? How do we handle it? Because how we handle our disappointment from our expectations is really important. Okay? When my kids were little, I would tell them, give yourself a scenario. Put yourself in a situation, and I would sometimes give them a situation. And what would happen if that situation were not to happen, or if it didn't come true, or if something were to happen where you had to deal with certain things under those certain types of scenarios? How would you handle it? Because how we handle things is as important as, I mean, yeah. Okay? Because, if we get really upset, our blood pressure goes up, especially when we're, getting up there in age, and we have to be careful of these things. Our blood pressure goes up, and, we get the headache, and, it's just, right? And then we have to calm ourselves back down, and take a minute to breathe, and all of that is really stressful. And then you're still back where you started. You're still back with the hole in the wall, no refrigerator, whatever it was that you were expecting. So put yourself, this is my challenge to you. Okay? Put yourself in situations where things could go wrong. Okay? You checked your generator and you wanted to make sure it was working, but something happened to it. Or, your lawnmower tore up, the belt broke, whatever, your washing machine died, and, you're not going to be able to get one for a couple of days. I mean, what do you do? How do you handle it? How would you handle it? Expectation meeting disappointment. As preppers, that's a really important thing for us to think about, because we need to know emotionally, physically, and spiritually what we would do in those situations. They're important, aren't they? Okay, well, that's what I got for you today. Think about it. Let me know in the comments. Okay? And we'll talk to you soon.